Oh, what a hit. Oh my. We already did this last episode. Please let me out. You're going down, Sai. You're going down. You don't stand a chance. Oh, I've got you now. No, no. It's finally tournament day, dear audience. The brackets are looking pretty good, and it was stacked up to be a good tournament, alright? Now, there were some interesting matchups going on, some good battles, but eventually it was time for our friend Half to take to the arena and show us what he was made of. Now, I may or may not have leaked part of his team in a previous episode, so Half was a little bit worried that people had built in Pokemon to counter him. So I was feeling a bit nervous for Half because, I didn't want him to lose and it'd be my fault. So I was rooting for him the whole time. Now, luckily that didn't happen, and after a well-fought battle, Half beat the first opponent. In his second battle, Half had to go up against a player called Kizu, and they once again battled it out until the bitter end. There were Pokemon going left, right and centre, all over the place, attacks flying around the arena, we were all ducking away. It was a big battle. Now, unfortunately, dear audience, Half didn't come out on top this time. But it's not the end of the world, because there was still a battle to be had, okay? He had to compete against a player called Val for third place. Now, once again, the battle showed off some impressive Pokemon and a wide range of moves. And I feel like next time a tournament goes on, I'll try and find someone who knows a little bit something about Pokemon. And we can do some commentary together, or at least explain to you what's going on, because I actually have no idea. But all I know is, after a few more minutes of battling, Half won third place, okay, which was a great achievement, and he was very happy with that. First, second and third all got money and some crates as a prize, and Kizu, who came in first place, got a hybrid Pokemon, which looked incredible. But Half actually got some really cool Pokemon variations as well, which I'd never seen before, and judging by other people's reactions, they were actually quite rare and good, really. So he did a very good job and got some very good prizes. So after the tournament had finished up, I went with Xman to Alfie's Mall so I could summon the legendary birds, okay? That was my plan. I used the fiery orb at the fiery shrine to summon Moltres, and at this point I was feeling the heat, okay? You get it? Because it's fiery bird and I said heat and... No? Okay, never mind. I used so many of my Pokeballs to try and catch this thing, but it just wasn't working, alright? No matter how many I threw, it just wouldn't work. So I thought there was only one solution, okay? I had to lower its life. Just a little bit. Just a smidge. Just the teeniest, small little bit. Oh, I've got you now. No. Okay, so I'll admit that Moltres didn't go to plan, alright? That was a bit of a blunder from me. That was not perfect. But luckily all was not lost, dear audience, okay? I still have a good video to deliver to you because I had a static orb. So I walked around to the other side and slapped it into the shrine and summoned Zapdos. Now I was determined not to kill this bird, okay? And I didn't hit it with a single attack because I was a bit scared. And I only threw Pokeballs at it. So I was very responsible, alright? I don't want to hear any comments saying how bad of a trainer I am. I'm very responsible, okay? And after a few years of throwing Pokeballs at this thing, I finally managed to catch my first legendary bird. Now don't get me wrong, dear audience, I am planning to get Moltres and Articuno, but that might take a while, okay? So that's going to be a future episode kind of deal, but it's nice to spread them out, I think, Keep the tension rising, as they say. Now after everyone had cooled off from summoning the birds, do you get it? Because Moltres is a fire bird and it makes you hot and... Anyway, alright, anyway. After the birds, I was invited to Blade's house to check something out. But when I teleported to him, I realised the whole thing was a trap. I found myself in the bottom of a hole, through which I may or may not have fallen a few episodes ago. And with no way to get out, I was pretty much stuck, alright? Now after seeing that his devious plan hasn't worked, Blade did decide to use some ladders to try and save me. But after that murderous attempt from Blade, I don't know if I can ever trust him again. Now Blade did ask to see my house and the village I lived in, and so of course being the nice guy that I am, I had to show him around, and I think he enjoyed the place. I mean, it was pretty much just me living there. There were a few houses left over, But I really like the place. I think it still looks very nice. And so did he. He only had good things to say. And I will add that I never tried to make him fall down a hole, so I was already a better host than some other people. Now, while Blade was checking out some stuff, I thought this would be the perfect time to move into my police office. But after I'd gotten everything perfectly set up, I had a surprise inspection from Commissioner Rage, alright? No, don't look there. There's nothing to see. I promise, there's nothing to see. Oh no, he must have found out I'm not subscribed to Damage Control on YouTube. Now, of course, not being subscribed gets you a first-class ticket to prison, alright? So don't get caught out like I did, dear audience. You better subscribe. We already did this last episode, please let me out. Now, with Rage patrolling, I had to time my escape perfectly. There couldn't be any mistakes, alright? This is a one-time thing. I couldn't let him see me leave. And that went as well as you'd probably expect. Oh no, get away from me, get away from me. No, I'll never go back, I'm never going back there. Now I did manage to pay my bail, okay? And I was let go just in time to help Blade move into his new house. We built a pretty decent house, and I of course put in the signature karate paintings, and it didn't take long for the place to look pretty perfect, I must say. So I'm sorry to everyone else on the server, but Blade told me he has officially moved here and will be abandoning all of his other houses and builds, so Blademart and all other enterprises will be shutting down. Now don't worry everyone, that is of course a joke. For now. Now after moving Blade in, I was invited by Xman to have a look around a build that hasn't been seen by anyone else on the server. Xman had built a massive airship, which was honestly very impressive, I must say. I was looking forward to seeing the airship when it was finalised, but this was an exciting project to look forward to, alright, I will say that. Now another exciting project to look forward to is safety features on board the boat, because it's very easy for someone to fall off the side, I will say. Hypothetically of course. Xman also showed me a storage building with some great views honestly, and this old wooden house with an ice arena, which was very thematic, and finally Xman wanted to show me his ice-covered nether portal. And of course I had to check out the other side, because, you know, there's always two sides to the portal, right? That's a common saying everyone knows, of course. It was all going well, until, well, I may or may not have fallen into another hole. Now, this can't continue, alright? This simply can't continue. People I think are my friends constantly lure me into either things I fall off, prisons I'm trapped in, or holes I fall down. Okay? Soon I won't be able to trust anyone anymore at all, okay? I'll just have to live by myself in an isolatory way. Just making videos alone. And trust me, no one wants that, alright? No one, not even, no one. Now, someone who hasn't fed me to a hole yet is Sai. But Sai made the mistake of challenging me to a battle, which I of course had no choice but to accept, okay? Because you don't have a choice. We headed to Rage's Coliseum, which was insanely big and could easily host a ton of people. It honestly would be a great venue to host a tournament in. But we weren't here for the Coliseum review, alright, we were here to get the battling done. Now, Sai had some interesting Pokemon he threw at me, but I think I was managing to keep up, at least in the beginning I think, you know, not all the way through. I made my Geriachi huge, and he honestly didn't look very intimidating, even when he was massive, but he still did this job, alright? I can't be too angry. Now, our Pokemon were all over the place. I was launching attacks at Sai was launching counter-attacks, we were jumping around the place, things was going everywhere. It was honestly a crazy experience, but finally, the battle concluded with Sai finishing off my last Pokemon and winning the battle. So well done to Sai, that was a good battle, but I will get him next time. Alright dear audience, don't you worry, I will get him next time. He's quaking in his boots right now, I feel it. Now unfortunately dear audience, I will have to leave the episode here, but don't be sad, okay? Just press the video on the end screen to see more of my stuff, to see more of me, and all my friends, you know, just see more of everything.